Hello guys, today I'm going to survive 100 days on Skyblock with no water and no lava. Can I do it? Stick till the end to find out. After I was dropped into this world, I took the lava and water and threw it into the void. I fisted the nearby tree to get wood to make it into slabs, and using bottom slabs I expanded my island a little bit more so I can walk around freely, and I finally broke this one piece of log so that the leaves could decay, and I got 3 saplings which I planted and waited for in-game days for this one singular tree to grow and expanded my island a little bit more. The first 30 days was just basically AFKing for the trees to grow and cutting it down and repeating the same process over and over and over again. And also while I was doing that, I also expanded my island. I collected more woods every day as I was also expanding my island, and while I am AFKing for the trees to grow, let me tell you about Skyblock, where I don't have any lava and water, so no cobblestone, and for me to get water I have to wait for the rain, which can only be collected with cauldron, and for cauldron I need 7 iron ingots to make it, and for iron ingot I have to make a mob farm where I could collect it from mob drops, which is extremely rare. Zombie tends to drop iron ingot when killed by player. So the next 7 days were spent making this fantastic mob farm from Ilmango. If you want to build it on your own and want to know how it works, I'll give the link in the description. It's from Ilmango, and it basically works by using the mobs pathfinding. I don't know how it works, but if you want to know about it, please, I would like you to check it out on Ilmango's channel. And the next 2 days was basically me grinding through the mob farm, collecting some bones and growing crops, also collecting some stuff. And I got 3 iron ingots after grinding in the mob farm. I killed like more than 100, yeah, 126 zombies for 3 iron ingots. Yeah, I was pretty lucky getting these 3 iron ingots, and I know we still need 4 more iron ingots to make a cauldron, so I grinded at this mob farm. And I also improved this tree farm so the big trees won't grow. And phantom are the most annoying creatures in this Minecraft world. And when I was grinding for the mobs, I also managed to get, yeah, lots of wood for my next project, which is basically expanding my island and making another biggest mob farm. As I'm expanding this island, I use this neat trick to get down below the world, and by the way, I'm going to make my biggest mob farm below the world, down below the world, so I can have some efficient farms. And I wanted to make this island a passive mob farm by using some grass. Yep, but I didn't know that passive mob farms is efficient only on the bedrock level. I didn't know that, but yeah, I'm going to waste a lot of time on that island by transferring that grass because I don't have any grass blocks. And while I was grinding at the mob farm, I got this chicken jockey. And the thing about this chicken jockey is that it can despawn and it can't lay eggs. So I have to get one more chicken jockey. Also, when I was grinding at the mob farm, I managed to capture 1 witch and 2 zombie villager, which I won't use in the future. I also started working on this small chicken pen so I could breed more chickens. So, do you ever realize no matter how much you're good at the game, sometimes you do just stupid things and die like I did? This is so embarrassing. I also lost 1 iron ingot. Yeah, I was pretty sleepy at this time. Yeah, never play Minecraft survival when you're sleepy. I'm glad this is not hardcore. I'm really glad. I took my anger out on these mobs. Yeah, rewarding me with 1 iron ingot. And I basically grinded at this mob farm for so long. I also grew some potatoes. So the next plan was to go and explore the desert island where I could get 10 obsidian and some seeds, I don't know. But I also wanted that sands and I did something very stupid. Yeah, at least I got this one singular cactus. Yeah, basically at this time my mind just broke. I think it just melted away. So in the frustration I went back and tried to make a spider farm, which never worked. I wasted like so many days on this stupid spider farm. So the next day when I was grinding at the mob farm, I got another chicken jockey, which I lured him into his home and bred them together. So the next couple of days was just insane grinding at the mob farm for the remaining 2 iron ingots for the cauldron because it was raining like crazy. So I just grinded at the mob farm. Yeah, and finally I got the last piece of iron ingot and made a cauldron. Finally a cauldron. Now this will increase the possibility of me getting water on this 100 days. When I was editing this video, at this point, at this moment, I was like, yeah, I'm finally tearing this horrible spider farm. So I'm going to use this trick to light up my portal, my nether portal, because I don't have any lava, I don't have any means of gaining fire in this world. So I have to improvise and use nature as my helper. The process of going down below the world has started from this moment, but at this point I realized that there is no way I can spawn some passive mobs here on this island. For the passive mobs to spawn, I have to go down below the world, so I just made this island a full block island so that the wandering traders could spawn, and yeah, one of them did actually. And since I did not have any emeralds, I did nothing. I left him. So after a while I started going down below the world using this trapdoor trick, which is very helpful. The remaining days were just grinding the mob farm, farming for trees to get wood, to work on the next big project, which is the massive mob farm from Ilmango. This is also from Ilmango, which uses pathfinding mechanism. And I made this stairway 3 wide long because I don't trust myself. I don't. And when I was grinding at the mob farm, Enderman spawned at my second island. That was the purpose for using the full blocks on my second island. And yeah, it died when I was transporting, but... And the reason why I want Enderman is because he can pick the grass blocks which I can't obtain without getting a silk touch. And while I was grinding for the mobs as well as farming for trees, another wandering trader spawned and it has propagated a mango tree sapling. As I did not have any emeralds, I had to execute him, and after a while another enderman spawned, so I rushed over to him and got him into this small grass island. Yeah, let's call it an island. And yeah, it did pick up the grass block, but due to the knowledge I have in this game, yeah, I lost a grass block. So I took my anger out on this tree. The next day, or should I say the next night, I started working on the biggest mob farm. It took me literally 15 days. Yeah, more than 15 days to build this mob farm, which is efficient. It's also from Ilmango, which uses the same mechanism as I have on my main island. I thought this build would take me so much of my wood, so I had took a lot of wooden log, but it did not take that much. And while I was building this, I also managed to get some music discs from the creepers. And when I was testing out this mob farm, I thought it was a little bit inefficient, so I had to expand the roof more. And I have seriously no idea if it made a difference or not, because I'm not a technical Minecrafter. I'm just a normal guy who likes playing Minecraft survival. And I got 2 iron ingots, so yeah, I think it is working properly. And after a while, when I was sorting some things out, another Enderman spawned, which was, yeah, not having a good time on this train. So managed to capture him actually, but he was another failure. Of course, he was another failure. I did the same mistake the second time. Gosh, I feel so stupid. I thought luring him far away from the island, yeah, would work, but it did not. It did not work. I lost another. So finally, my two brain cells managed to figure out that it was because of that half slab I lost two grass blocks. So I finally placed some full blocks so I wouldn't lose the next grass block like I did the previous ones. And I tried having a little fun using boat, which would have caused some huge catastrophe, but I managed to save it. And after a while I was AFK at my main island, another Enderman spawned, and yeah, due to him being on the witch's boat, I had to execute the witch, and I slept for the rain to stop so the Enderman would not get hurt. And after a while, he finally picked that grass block. Yeah. And this time I was fairly more careful, and I finally got that grass block, and now I can get passive mob. So from day 72 to 80, I worked on the passive mob platform by using some grass blocks. When I ran out, I had to go to my main island to grab some more. Yeah, I think 4 or 5, but I had some to spare. And the next few days was just AFKing at this place for the passive mobs to spawn. After AFKing here for quite a long time, I finally got a pig. And after AFKing here for a bit longer, I finally had all the passive mobs which was required, like cows for the leather, sheep for the wool. After a while I got them into the pen, into the animal pen, and after a while when I came checking on them, some of my animals disappeared, so I had to AFK at the farm a little bit more, but it's not a big deal, I got them. So the day 81 I was making individual pen for the animals, one for the sheep, one for the cow, and one for the pig. I did not have any plans on breeding some chickens, and on day 82 I did some basic course like collecting some wood, breeding some sheep for their wool. And while I was tearing down my secondary platform, yeah, this happened. Yup, that happened. I'm glad I did not have anything important. So the next few days I worked on this platform, turning them into half slabs and breeding some sheeps and seeing some stuff I've got from the mob farm. And while I was AFK at this moment, I got water, a water bottle. I don't know where I lost the footage, but yeah, trust me when I say this, I got that legit. I did not use any cheats. Yeah, I do not cheat. And when I was grinding at this mob farm, I finally got the final piece of iron ingot that was required to make the third cauldron. And I also repositioned them and placed them 2 blocks apart, and I also didn't forget to breed some sheeps. And at this point I have killed like 2,800 zombies. It was raining, so I was just AFK at this place and use my free camera mode to see over to the cauldrons. Yeah, there it was, the 2 bottles of water I would require to make a bucket of water. Yeah, there is a lot of water. I was visibly very happy that I got water. Yeah, but one thing that was very annoying was I did not have any iron to make a bucket. So after a while the rain stopped, and on this happy occasion I bred 2 new sheep and went down below the world to just grind some more for the iron I would require, and I finally got the 3 iron I would need for the bucket. And when I got the final piece of iron ingot, I made the water bucket and collected the water finally. And I also had to make it infinite source, so I used some bone meal trick to do that. And yeah, here it was. I finally got the water. Yeah, infinite supply of water. I bred some more sheep, and I also farm for more trees for my next project, which is a home for me. So for the next few days I started working on my house as well as the copper I would require to make some lightning rods. And by the way, the lightning rod is for my nether portal, so I could light it up using lightning, because I don't have, as I mentioned before, I don't have any fire source. And yeah, I had to massacre some sheeps for the wool to use in my house, but I don't think it was really necessary, but it was also lagging my game a bit. But I think I finally got the required amount of copper, but just to be safe I turned some more zombies into drowns and collected some, yeah, copper. And I'm also working on the house during the process of collecting the copper, turning the zombies into drowned and stuff like that. I also made some glowstone because I don't have any light source in this world until I get some villager, or else until I go to the nether. I don't know how would that work, but yeah, I'm rooting on that. So the day 98 was just me taking some screenshots for the thumbnail and also collecting some copper, because I was really hoping that I could go into the nether before the end of this video, but yeah, stick to the end to see the result, whether I get to go to the nether or not. So while I'm building this nether portal, I would like to remind you guys, if you like the video, please consider subscribing, because it's obviously my first video and I'm doing terrible at it. But I really do want to ask you a question. Do you ever sit back and realize that all these Minecraft experiences you've had, you do this thing and immediately makes you feel you are such an idiot? Yeah, it did for me. And day 99 was just me working on my house decorations, which I don't have many blocks to work with, but I tried my best, and also I'm not a very good builder. But I hope I have done some good work decorating stuff, because I was working with the same color of blocks. But yeah, I tried to make it good. At the midnight of day 99, it started raining and it was thunderstorm, so I hope it would light up my portal, but it did not. And all in all, day 100 was finally here, and the day 100 was also no help and total disappointment. So here you are, guys. Here we are, 100 days spent on Skyblock with no water and no lava. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.